Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the LAN Party Podcast. Bit of a false start today. Today is Tuesday, of course, as always.
Is it 4:37?
1 minute early.
Oh, we are 1 minute early.
We blew it. Blew the consistency. And here to tell everybody that Canada is not actually part of Europe.
Yeah, so I just want to go ahead and pick up that conversation. Previously, before this kind of the podcast started, we were talking about high school and grading and all this other shit. And I don't ever really know how you did. I feel like you were about...
I think he's
about,
like the middle of the road between those two things. Did some of the work and did well on the tests.
I think it was mostly B's, a few A's, and the occasional C.
Yeah.
But I never did any homework.
You didn't do homework, though?
No, I never did fucking homework.
I mean, he
probably
did
it
at
the
school,
papers.
like...
Okay, but I'm not saying like...
But you did the work and then
you did the work and turned it in. You just didn't bring it home and do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I refused to bring homework home.
I would agree. So me and Nate and Nick all did homework and did pretty decent on the homework. Granted, again, we did it last minute or at school. We never brought it home. I don't know about Nick, but I never did.
You gotta remember, senior year, I get to the point where it's like, I'm not taking a backpack to school anymore. Where's the pencil? Okay, I'm good. I don't blame you. And I know that myself and Nick were not the greatest test takers, and I think Nate was probably about average test taker. Tyler here literally did no homework at all. Okay, none.
Sailed away.
Zero.
On just test scores.
And he tested like a boss.
The only reason I passed English was because she never paid attention at first. And then a couple of my friends fucking got caught plagiarizing their work, failed, and then she started checking work, and I started failing.
Rip.
All because of them.
Oh, yeah.
I got fucked and I almost failed English.
Well, I like to say that. The three classes I took at JCTC, I got 100% all three of my tests.
Good job.
That was Jared and Kaylin, right?
Yeah, Jared and Kaylin. they got caught cheating on one of their papers, and it fucked me up. Because in English, like, some of the classes, I would do some of the work, turn it in. By some, I mean the bare fucking
He would literally
minimum.
do enough to get him a D.
Yeah, the bare fucking minimum. But in English, I didn't do one paper.
There was... Because she had so much shit, she couldn't check any of them. She could not. There were some things we never got back.
We would get we would start talking when it came down to like deadline time for the papers. Be like, so how's your paper coming along? He'd be like, nah, I didn't start it.
I got a sentence.
Yeah.
And then I gave up. I mean, there was one. What book was it? Of Mice and Men? Like, I'm sure it's a great book. No, it wasn't Of Mice and Men. It was probably both, actually. Either Of Mice and Men or The Great Gatsby.
Oh, yeah.
Both books are fantastic books.
What was the other one? 1894 or
1984?
1984.
I think I read most of that one.
I didn't read that one. I didn't read the books.
But like, Of Mice and Men and The Great Gatsby, either one of those two books, I opened it up, read the first page, and couldn't get past it.
It was probably The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby was one of those books that took forever to start. Honestly, though, Of Mice and Men was too. They were both pretty slow starters.
Yeah.
I think I actually read a couple chapters of Mice and Men. It was just The Great Gatsby. I couldn't even turn past the first page.
It's just like you.
I read the first page like 4 times.
Who's the author of those? Steinbeck was of Mice and Men.
The one guy, F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Did
his writing style was just like
very slow.
And I can't deny that he is one of the greatest writers of all time. Like, he writes interesting ideas. I just couldn't read that book.
Well, look, and the other problem with some of this stuff too is like I have a hard time reading books when I have to. Like when they're like, "You're going to read this for a grade."
Yeah, that
shit
sucks.
There were a few books like that I was okay with.
F. Scott Fitzgerald was.
I enjoyed The Hobbit when we read that.
Hobbit was great.
I liked that book
I
a lot.
really liked the way.
I liked The Outsiders too, way back in Mr. Price's class.
That's where The Hobbit was, Mr. Price's.
Yeah. But I mean,
he actually had good books.
Yeah.
The Westing game was another one that I thought was really interesting. I liked the Westing game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember reading that.
I don't either.
Oh, it was awesome. It was the one where like the dude died and he faked his death, and he wrote into his will or something that the person who figured out how he died or when he died or whatever would get like his wealth or fortune and whatever, and then he turned out to be not dead, and they found that out, and it was a really good book.
I guess we didn't read it.
But
the Unwind series was really good. I did like reading
that was
those.
Really interesting. It got a little strange towards the end of the series, but the first 2 books were great.
It got fucking dark towards the end.
Yeah.
There were some dark moments.
Some really dark moments.
Didn't really enjoy Catcher. What's going on, Monkey? He says he didn't really enjoy Catcher in the Rye.
I'd never read The Catcher in the Rye.
We never did either.
It might have been assigned, but I never read it.
I don't think it was assigned.
Either way, I didn't read it.
I don't recall reading it anyways.
I didn't read it.
Just a little thing. Morrowind is free.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Morrowind's free.
Through March 31st, go to, on PC, exclusive to PC, go to the Bethesda.net launcher and click redeem code, and it's like TESV25 or TES25-Morrowind, I think.
Yeah, it's their 25. It's because it's 25 years of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. There's also a ton of discounts going on in the Creation Club. There's some free stuff in the Creation Club for Skyrim Special Edition.
Don't have it.
There's some discounts on some bundles for Skyrim Special Edition, as well as Skyrim-related things in Fallout 4's Creation Club. There's one that's free, so big Elder Scrolls Online thing going on right, or Elder Scrolls thing going on right now.
Not ESO. That is not Bethesda. Sort of.
Is ZeniMax.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely recommend picking up Morrowind just because
it's also the Morrowind Game of the Year edition.
Yep.
I have redeemed my code. I have not downloaded it, but I have redeemed my code.
I've never really played it.
I would stomach the graphics and play it.
That's the thing.
That's one of those games that's just like, get over the graphics, play it because the story is really good. You gotta remember, Bethesda made this back when they were about to fail.
Oh, I know.
Back in the late 90s. They were about to go under, and then they made this. So it's like, this was one of their last-ditch effort games that brought them back and brought them to what they are now.
I just have to, it's hard for me to stomach graphics. Like, going backwards in time with graphics is tough. It's one of the same reasons that I had a really, 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 really hard time trying to play Halo Combat Evolved. Like, I know the story is good, and everything about Halo is fantastic, but Combat Evolved looks like a bunch of pointy people.
Yeah, he's
just
just a
colors.
snob. He's just a graphic snob.
It was 01.
Who? Oh. I mean, yeah. But still.
And it still came out of that arcade-ish genre of games.
Yeah, arcade style of games. I mean, there were graphics and rendering techniques were revolutionary at the time.
Hell,
Yeah.
Just getting the Warthog to work was revolutionary.
Speaking, though, of Halo, that reminds me. I was really interested until I saw ticket prices. So there's this Halo, I think it's called Halo...
Halo.
No, it's similar, though. But it's like a... No, I gotta look it up. Because it's gonna bother me. Normally I wouldn't be bothered by it, but... It's actually going to bother me. And as soon as I see it... Outpost Discovery is what it is. So, Halo Outpost Discovery
All the scratches
is essentially a Halo convention. I mean...
Yeah.
But they're going to be in Chicago, and they have announced that there will be a playable Halo Reach demo for PC and MCC at the event. The problem is tickets for the 3 days are $150.
$150.
And I don't know that it's... I want to play Reach bad. I really, really, really do. But I don't know if I want to pay $150 to go play Reach. That being said...
Where'd you say it was at?
Chicago.
Okay.
But I mean, that's it.
Plus, we'd have to find places to stay.
I get discounts on hotels.
Okay.
Through my mom. But I still don't know. Like, it'd be really cool. Like, they're going to have, let's see here. Looks like they're going to have, like a VR, like it's going to be like a virtual reality, like interactive thing where you can kind of walk around in Halo sort of thing. And then they've got some, let's see here. The goal is for visitors to get a glimpse at the sci-fi setting by interacting with a number of different elements that let the fiction manifest in immersive and memorable ways. One such example is to meet and interact with a couple Spartans straight from the universe. One you may already met, and one you will get to know better through exploits. And it mentions two in particular, Spartan Owen and Spartan Hazel. I don't know either of them, probably because never really played Halo that much.
I think those are actually book characters, because they don't ring a bell for me.
Wait, who are they?
Spartan Owen and Spartan Hazel.
Nah.
Also, because I've been watching so much stuff on Halo Reach MCC, like news and announcements and such.
They from the that short series about Master
they might
Chief
have
when
been
he was growing up.
the
Wasn't that one of the other kids?
that machinima. Yeah, that might be it actually. I wonder if it says. Spartan Owen volunteered for the Spartan 3 program. Chief was a Spartan 2 though.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have been it.
Well, isn't the Spartan 3 program the newest generation of Spartans? The ones that...
I thought those were Spartan 4s.
No, Spartan 3s were suicide ops. They never made it.
I think I remember that now. I think I remember something about Spartan 2s were like the original holy shit guys, and then the Spartan 3s were pretty much used as pawns.
They were more mass produced than the 2s. Like there were a few thousand Spartan 3s compared to like the couple hundred Spartan 2s.
Yeah, and then the Spartan 4s are what we see in Halo 4.
And then everybody in the Spartan 1 program die.
Well, Spartan 1, they were just testing out the armor, and it literally like
Killed people.
Yeah, I killed a few of them, and then a few of them died in combat, and then it was just a mess, and some of them, or most of them, didn't survive the adaptations. So, yeah, that was just a show.
That's one of my favorite things, though, is seeing Chief. In Halo 4, like, seeing Chief, a full-fledged Spartan 2 walk right up to a Spartan 4 and look down.
And the comment is like, I thought you'd be taller.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm already 7.5 feet tall. What do you want from me? And I think it's even greater whenever you fucking see him walk up to the Arbiter, and the Arbiter is still fucking taller than him.
Yeah.
And, you see the Arbiter, he closes his fists all the way around somebody's head and throws them like a ragdoll. Fucking elites are scary, dude.
Man, Halo. I love, it's just hysterical. So, I guess what? Spartan 4s are essentially pretty much just humans put in super suits now, right?
They're still modified. It's just not to the extent, and it would be next to impossible to do the extent because they do the modifications on the 2s before puberty. So
that's right.
Yeah.
They develop as
giants,
as extraordinary people instead of become more extraordinary.
Chief is only like, if you count cryosleep, like 30-something years old.
Yeah, I think I remember that because like he was pretty young. He was a youngin'.
I mean, they kidnapped them at like what, 6, and then imbue them with genetic modifications, and then train them to be soldiers.
Here's a fun bit of trivia for you. Do you know the guy that voices Master Chief is a radio show host in Texas?
Yes.
He actually hosts a radio show in the morning.
I'd listen to that show. That'd be bad.
Could you imagine?
Did I tell you that I think he would probably be the only one who notices this, but the Imperial Man voice in Oblivion that is most of the characters and like the announcer for the arena and stuff like that is an actual hockey announcer in real life. He announces for hockey games, like amateur hockey
I
games.
think you did mention that before.
But I mean, it just makes sense, especially whenever you're going through the arena, and he's just like, "Good people of the arena, good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena."
Could you imagine though if like you were listening to Master Chief's radio station, you didn't know he was the host, and it's just like, and that was the Eagles, and you're like, what the?
Welcome back to the talking points. I need a weapon, Cortana. You think he has a Google phone?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, could you imagine though, like,
hey Cortana.
Could you imagine he does like a news segment or something on like the new Windows platform, and he mentions Cortana, and you hear him say something about Cortana, and in the way he says it, you're just like, what, Chief?
Like he's sounds really used to saying that name. Cortana, tell me the weather.
It's just like,
find me a weapon.
I just thought that was funny. I just couldn't imagine, like, especially not knowing I never knew his name. Like, I feel like I knew it, but I'd always forgotten it.
Yeah.
It's Ron something, I think. But, like, it's just like, and here's your DJ, blah, 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 blah. And he starts talking to me like, no, that's Master Chief.
No, his name is John.
But yeah, since I've been watching a whole bunch of stuff on Halo MCC and trying to get a feel for how this is going to be on PC, and Halo Reach's E3 trailer, like their reveal trailer, popped up on my feed. Chills, man. And I didn't own an Xbox 360, so I never was able to like buy these games at launch, but I'm watching the trailer, and it's that clip of like the higher ups talking down to the people on the ground, and they're like, slip space, blah 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 blah, the Covenant's here, and he's like, that's impossible, and then shit starts exploding, and then he's just like, Noble One, and it ends on, you've got Spartans on the ground, we're not going anywhere, and then it says Fall of Reach, and I'm like, wow. Like, chills, bro.
One of my favorite advertising campaigns ever was for Halo 3, in like some of the cinematic trailers that they did, which were like a bunch of clay miniatures of like a still in a battlefield, and it just panned over the whole thing. It's just with, Marty O'Donnell's score over top of it. It's just gorgeous. Like, if you could look that up.
That dude could make a fucking score too, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Halo 3 won best soundtrack for a video game.
Steve Vai wrote. Did you know that Steve Vai was the guitarist in the rock parts of that?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's insane.
Oh, the best part. So there's actually like a behind the scenes on Marty O'Donnell's YouTube page of recording with Steve Vai in the Halo 2 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
The dive bomb at the beginning of that was totally improvised in the beginning. Like, he was just like doodling around on the guitar over the track to try and get some ideas, and that dive bomb stayed.
He's like, keep that. I like that.
One of the most, I would argue that's definitely the most iconic guitar part in any fucking game ever. Because, like, let's be honest, most games that use an electric guitar don't use it like that. But, like, when you hear that dive bomb, you know what's coming. But we can look up the Halo 3 cinematic trailers.
Yeah, just look up. I'm not sure what the actual name of it is. We'll just look up Halo 3 trailer.
Starry Night, Believe, maybe?
Believe, yeah, the Believe campaign.
Yeah. Let me switch this to the right audio output.
Shit is the greatest fucking thing of all time.
I'm going to make sure that audio output is live so that you all can hear it. Here we go. Maybe I can find the button.
So we set up a server to play Minecraft on, and some of my friends' shitty internet can't handle the amount of cows my brother has. He's got like a fucking tiny, like 8x8 square, just filled, packed with cows, and he's got like a tiny little singular block hole in the ground that is filled with innumerable chickens. Like you can't even count how many chickens there are. They're sitting right on top of a dispenser, and he pulls out all the eggs and then goes and eggs the inside of people's houses. So they have like 682 chickens running around.
There you go.
Like, imagine just how much time went into making those. All those figures. And it's just a fantastic advertising campaign for a fantastic game. Arguably the best in the series.
This is not a game trailer. This is art.
Right? Facts.
Such a good game, though. It really is. Like,
Halo
I don't
3?
know. Halo in general.
Halo in general.
I just
Like
don't know.
1, 2, and 3, I think, are the best story.
I don't know. Hey, I think you could include Reach in that. I think Reach, the Bungie Halos, I think are.
Yeah, but I mean, just like the story arc in 1, 2,
Oh,
and
the story
3
arc of no doubt.
is just one of the best story arcs in video games. I think it's by far the best one I've ever played through. Anyways,
I don't know what it is about Halo that just like, it really like.
that just resonates.
And the thing is, though, too, like, you always see those jokes about players that are, like, last seen online 8 years ago, and it's always talking about Halo. It's never talking about Call of Duty. It's never talking about Battlefield. It's always Halo. Halo 3. Matchmaking. I made friends from another country. We always played matchmaking and Forge, and one day he's like, all right, I'll see you after school tomorrow, and never came back up. Like, those are the stories you hear in Halo. Like, that speaks so much to the game, I think.
Yeah, Halo is a cultural powerhouse, I think.
John says I just shoot stuff when it comes to Halo. Well,
I mean, don't we all? But I mean,
yeah.
You can't deny that it makes shooting stuff unfun.
No, you worded that wrong.
Yeah, I worded that. I said that wrong. You can't say that it makes shooting stuff unfun.
There you go.
There we go. That's the way it should be going.
But I mean, like, I have, like we've talked about it before, though. Like, I am never going to forget the stupid shit that me and Nate and Nick did in Halo Reach Forge. And even Halo 4 Forge. Not as extreme, but still, like, we just, like...
Yeah, like, all my friends and stuff, we all played Halo religiously. We played Forge for hours and hours. Like, we'd stay up all night just making random shit, like building bases and then attacking them and then all this other shit. Like me and my brother spent like 3 days making point-to-point racetrack from one point to another, and it was kind of like a maze racetrack as well, to where like if you go the wrong direction, you'll fall off and then die or teleport. Well, not die. You teleport back to the beginning and stuff like that. And then also there was just all these different turns and directions you could go.
Nate made some hella nice things in Halo Reach Forge, though. Like some of the bases that you, especially the one like right there on the big spire in the middle of the map. Like he had a big base built up on top of that with a nice little hangar for the Falcon and everything.
My brother built a box.
Oh, well, that's Nate's favorite thing.
No, hold on. It's a giant cube. You play inside of it, and it's got all these buildings and stuff like that. But all the buildings on one side are on the other. And they're all on this side. And the entire thing is canted up at 45 degrees.
Oh, I remember that. Oh.
It's cool as shit, but it's trippy as hell. Like, you'll have people fucking standing on the ceiling in some of the towers and shit, sniping at you while you're running down on the bottom, doing other shit. It was crazy. Like, the stuff you could do in that game is just...
I think the last time I saw it was like we were playing Infection.
Yeah.
With like 200% speed.
Yeah.
So it was just...
like the zombies have like 200% speed and shit.
We were... I mean... We played the shit out of Halo Forge. Like, I don't even think we really ever played matchmaking very often at all, other than to try and level up so that we could get different armor pieces. But most of our leveling came from Forge. And I was going to say something about it. Oh, I do think that Reach was probably the last great Forge. I think Reach had Forge just perfect. With a few things from Halo 4's Forge, I liked the magnet system.
Yeah, I think 4 and 5, but especially 5, just made it too complicated.
It made it too inaccessible.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, too complicated to be casually fun.
Like
I mean, who doesn't just want to like throw up a couple buildings and then
just go and
throw
play.
your shit together and then play.
Like,
instead, you have to think about. It's like, okay, now do I want to do this with that? Do I want to set everything at 32.04 degrees or 32.05 degrees?
Like, I understand what they were going for, but I wish that there was, like, in Halo 5's Forge, 4 was okay. There were a few things I didn't like about 4, namely the smaller maps. But it is what it is. With Halo 5's, or with Halo Reach's Forge, though, I feel like if they had Halo Reach's Forge with magnets, you'd have been set, really. Like, that would have been a walk in the park. But Halo 5, like, they should have had an advanced Forge and a casual Forge mode, where it was... You could either have your traditional Forge experience, or you could have your I'm a game developer making maps in Halo 5.
Yeah, you have, like, at the push of a button, you have the ability to slap shit down and go with it, or you push a button and now you can tweak everything to the 100th degree.
Yeah.
Just have it under simple and advanced tabs.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Simple keeps you at, like, Halo Reach level, while advanced goes, well, I'm map making.
Like,
now.
Here's the other thing, too. Like, for fuck's sake, me and Nate loaded into Halo 5 Forge the other day on PC. Okay? And obviously, it's just Forge, and it's not the full Halo experience, but we wanted to play Halo, so we tried it out. You don't, like, in Halo Reach, you had your analog sticks or your triggers, I can't remember which, would rotate items when you had them in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just move your Forge ball to put it down. In Halo 5 Forge on PC, I don't know if this is across the board for Xbox One or not, but, like, you have to select which axis you want to move the items on. It's not just like you move your Forge ball up and it goes up.
Yeah.
You have to select an axis and move it up or down and then left or right.
Yeah.
Or forward or backward. I'm like, what? That's not practical.
Yeah, they made all that stuff, but I mean, you just look at, like, there are a few tournament maps from Reach that are made by people in Forge. Like, you don't need that depth of
No. You don't.
Stuff.
You don't need it. Give me a simple and advanced tab, and I'm happy. Then, If I want to adjust it all like that, I can. Like, if I know that I don't have a steady hand and I need something to move forward just a smidge, then let me select the X-axis and move it that way. So
and then you can select to move it, in degrees or whatever. Move it forward just a touch so you can tap at it and
all like
put it in place.
All the fucking boundary boxes and shit in Halo 5 Forge is just, it drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely insane. I don't know. I think they tried too hard with Halo 5 Forge. Like, I feel like they tried to make an in-game creation kit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too much.
But yeah, like simple and advanced tab, that would be perfect.
Or
perfect marriage of the system.
Or Halo 5 Forge with magnets that you can enable or disable and adjust.
That'd be cool.
That'd pretty much settle it. Like, there weren't really many things I had a problem with in Halo 5 or in Halo Reach's Forge. Reach's Forge was pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
And bring back Forge World.
Yes.
With cash.
Oh.
That map was awesome.
But, like, our racetrack went from the fucking hangar. It went from the hangar around the island into Blood Gulch and to the beach. It was that long.
We made a racetrack, though, didn't we, Nate? I thought we made a pretty good one, actually. I was pretty happy with ours.
Either I played on one or we made one that was like actually like a legit kind of track, racetrack with like banked walls and shit. It was a lot of fun.
That was one thing I never understood how people could do in that game, was banked fucking walls. Like a smooth bank in Halo Reach's Forge. You're just like, wow.
Very carefully. Very, very carefully.
Could you imagine if somebody went into Forge Ball and grabbed a block by accident and moved it, and then it was right there in the middle, and you're just like,
who did that? I'm gonna kill you.
See, that's why they lock it.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
You can bet after they were done with that, it's like, all right, I'm locking everything right here.
It's just like, all right, that's where I want it, lock. All right, that's where I want it, lock.
There was also another map my brother made, which was basically 2 buildings on top of, or like 4 buildings, like set in a pattern, and then 4 right below it, like right underneath of it, and it was filled with teleporters, like on the outside doors. It was just filled with teleporters that would teleport you randomly to any of the other teleporters. And that shit was a lot of fun, especially if you're like doing infection and a zombie's running at you and he runs into a teleporter and goes choom, 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 all over the place, and you have no idea what's gonna happen.
That seems like something Nate would do. Nate would use the teleporters to like blow smoke and mirrors, and then he'd be like, where'd he go? And you'd turn around and he'd be right there. Hello, and then you'd be dead. I loved Halo 5 or Halo Reach's Forge. Like, that was such a solid, and I think we talked about it last week on the podcast, but more clarity has come to my side of things. So I don't remember if I've got my weeks mixed up. But remember last week we were talking about how I was worried about Halo Reach's customization system being implemented poorly. Mm-hmm. And then Nick mentioned something about Sketch, who I remembered was a notable member of the community. So Sketch is actually Brian Gerard's Reddit tag, and he is obviously a 343 employee who's heavily involved with the Halo project, and he said that the traditional full implementation of the mix and match customization from Halo will be rolled out in Reach. So we can expect to see that in Reach. The only thing they are changing about that system is the means of progressing through it. They're trying to roll out a system a little bit different than the previous one, where you can... It's essentially just a new progression system for the armor. So I don't know if maybe when you level up, instead of unlocking one helmet, you unlock the whole suit, Like, now you can wear the EOD suit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, after reaching a certain point. And now you can wear the Mark V Mjolnir suit, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, instead of going through the ranks, quite literally, you
still go through the ranks, but instead of unlocking one piece of armor or like two shoulder pieces or two knee pieces, you can get a full suit after, I don't know, however many levels.
Should we talk about El Dorito's involvement in Halo?
We can. El Dorito, for those of you that don't know, is a Halo Online mod. And Halo Online, short little backstory, found out this game was actually stupid recent. I did not know this. Halo Online launched in 2015 on PC in Russia. And it was made by, I want to say, it's like Scramble or Slipknot or Slipspace. I can't remember the name of the studio. But it was not Bungie, but it was endorsed by Microsoft. Game launched in 2015. It didn't really do a whole lot. And they closed it in 2016 because Microsoft really didn't know what to do with the game. So after 2016, it was closed. And then El Dorito, which is a team of modders, you all know how the internet is. Once it's out, no matter whether or not you take it back, it is out.
Yeah.
Somewhere, somehow, somebody has it. And wouldn't you know it, just a year and a half, 2 years later, you started seeing this mod that was essentially Halo Online on PC run by community members. That was free. And I definitely don't have it. I definitely have not tried playing it because it was shut down by Microsoft last year. They sent a cease and desist to the developers. So, again, I definitely do not play it right now. Definitely have not downloaded it and played it. But if you want to download it and play it, if you scour the internet hard enough, you can find the install instructions for it and can still play it. The cease and desist just stopped the development of the game. It will receive no further updates. But you can still log in and play and host games and this and that as if it had never stopped. That being said, El Dorito has now been brought on for Halo Master Chief Collection. The team members behind creating this PC mod have been reached out to by Microsoft, and I guess more specifically 343, since they'd met the people. And they're not really like behind the scenes into the development process, like building the game alongside 343. But what they're doing is taking the knowledge that they acquired from making Halo Online and redeveloping Halo Online and maintaining Halo Online. They're taking that information and helping 343 apply that to Reach and Halo Master Chief Collection on PC. So that means, you know, I'm really excited to hear this because they keep pushing this whole community involvement and making sure they get it right. And I hate Microsoft to death, but I really got to respect the development teams that they get on board because
at least they're pushing quality products.
Exactly. Like, these guys are hell-bent on making sure that this does not feel like a shitty console port. Like, they want it to feel like it was made from the ground up on a PC. And that makes me happy.
Like, if you didn't know anything about it, you would have no idea.
You'd have no idea it was on an Xbox originally.
Yeah. But, goddamn, I really hope Infinite is good.
You and the rest of the Halo community.
Yeah, like, I'm horrified.
So,
that it might not be.
I meant to also mention, with El Dorito's involvement on this project, one of the questions during the AMA on Reddit that Nick pulled his information about mix and match armor customization, one of the questions is, will this game support mods? And they did not say no. They said, We know that this is a very popular request. We know that PC communities expect stuff like this, and we are working closely with the El Dorito team on stuff related to this topic. We just will not commit to it at launch, and it's not in the immediate list of things to work on.
So mod support may be a feature.
There's a pretty good chance that mod support will be a feature.
But
whether they like it or not, probably.
What?
So whether
they like it or not, it will be. Day one, there's going to be mods.
I mean, official mod support, maybe.
Oh,
mod support, probably.
That's the other thing too, though. Like, I'm curious, will the Steam Workshop be a thing for like Forge maps or custom game modes?
Yeah.
Like, will you be able to download stuff like that through the Steam Workshop?
That'd be awesome.
You can do that anyway in Halo.
What do you mean?
In Halo 3 and Halo 4.
Yeah, like there's the Halo browser or
Halo
whatever.
4, Reach. I keep saying 4. Halo 3 and Halo Reach. You can browse for custom maps and.
Well, the reason that I like the Workshop is because, like, say we're playing
I
Arma
think,
for whatever reason, and Nick's
but
like,
I think it would just be a natural extension if they just moved it.
Yeah, because then you could be like, hey, download this map and try to get used to it. We're going to play it tonight. You could send them a link to the Workshop page. They could just push a button and it'll be in the game the next time they boot it up.
Or you join the host server, yours, and we automatically download the whatever.
That would be... Steam Workshop support would be clutch on Halo Reach. Oh! Some information about the Master Chief Collection that will be somewhat disappointing to most of the people on PC, but when I explain why, you will probably understand, as I did. When you buy, so Reach is coming out first. We understand that this is a staggered release. Reach, CE 2, 3, 3 ODST, and then 4. If you buy the Master Chief Collection as it stands, right when it goes on sale, you won't be able to play any of the games until all of them have released. If you want to play Reach as soon as it comes out, you will have to buy Reach. They have not announced prices yet. We're waiting on that. Here is why they're doing it that way. Because I was kind of miffed when I heard that. But what they said is they don't want to adopt a season pass model because they feel like it's unclear. Because at the moment, it's unclear when you're going to be getting the next title. They don't want to launch Reach and be like, all right, buy the Master Chief Collection and you're going to get Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 4, Halo Combat Evolved, ODST. But we just don't know when. It's kind of one of those things where they don't want people to spend money on something that they can't promise will be in their hands in X amount of time.
Yeah.
I would rather that be the case, and I'm sure they're going to get a little bit of flack on that. And again, they still haven't announced prices for the games either, which is hugely... But if you buy them all up through the Master Chief Collection, then you'll be able to boot the Master Chief Collection. You'll have all the games. So they'll function as add-on content for the Master Chief Collection.
Slightly related note, but something I really enjoy about the Master Chief Collection games, especially the remastered ones, is you can instantly switch between old graphics and new graphics.
New graphics at the push of a button, yep.
Yeah, and, so you can see, like, the original models to everything, and then switch a button to see all the new lighting, all the new textures, and all that stuff. It's really cool. Super neat.
Yeah, no, that's not to say that if you the only way you'll be able to buy the Master Chief Collection on PC and play Welcome to the Stream, Siege, and play all of them with the one purchase is if you buy it after they've all released. And again, we don't know when they ballpark all these games being released. They won't even give us a release date on Halo Reach. They just said, and I quote, "It will be ready when it's ready," end quote. And I appreciate that. Because they're not like, it will be out June 21st, sharp. And then it's released and it's buggy and broken and just a total shit show. I want a good, solid game. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I mean, obviously I'm going to get Reach when it comes out. Like, I have a Halo itch that nothing can scratch right now since they've announced Reach is coming to PC. So when I get a price on that,
play Halo?
When I get a price on Halo Reach, that shit's going to my Steam library like that. You joke, Tyler, but again, just the other night, again, after last week, I went and looked at Xbox 360s and Halo games. I'm like, maybe somebody's got one on eBay that like I can just buy one and have it shipped, and it'll have a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm serious, dude. If you get it, I can play with you because that shit is all backwards compatible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a 360, but I don't. Do you have to pay for Reach on the, or not the 360, the One? I have an Xbox One, but do you have to pay for Reach to have it backwards compatible on your Xbox One?
Well, for a while it was free, but it's not free anymore.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, but I think it's like $20.
Or it's $5 at
$5
GameStop for the disc.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not sure if you can run 360 discs, though. That'll be something you'll have to look into.
I'm just saying, if I bought a 360, dude, you can get a 360 with 250 gigs of storage for $70.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could just take that jump and it would be worth it. Because, I mean, there's a lot of other games you could play on 360 that are pretty good, too.
I need to get my first insider build for Halo Reach on PC ASAP. Because...
yeah, if you get a 360, you should get Halo 3 and Halo Reach.
I plan on getting... If I were to get a 360, I would get Halo 3, 4, and Reach. Because those three games combined are like $14.
Fair enough.
And I played 4. I played 4. I loved 4. Not as much as I liked Reach, but I really liked 4.
Get ODST as well.
4 was the one we played Legendary Campaign. Remember that? We used to be like, with 3 of us co-op, it'd be a walk in the park.
No, high scales.
It's like, no, it's good. Walk around the corner, dead.
And then
I watched a video of somebody doing a Halo 3 lasso, which is legendary all skulls
on.
For those who are uneducated. And one of the skulls is cowbell, which makes the explosive radius twice as big and 3 times as powerful.
Oh my.
Grenades are your friend and enemy.
Yeah, they were explaining they were all like powwowing and they were moving forward a little bit, sniping the jackals in the very beginning of the map. And one of the guys goes, just so you guys know, because this skull is on, feel free to scream grenade. Literally, as he says that, a grenade lands in one of the guy's feet, and he's like, grenade! Dies, and they all start back over at the checkpoint. Literally, it couldn't have been better timed.
We started doing podcasts, 3 years ago now?
No.
Something like that.
Something like that. It's been a while.
Longer.
Definitely. At least 3 years,
We
probably.
were in high school when this
That's
started.
true. That's true. We moved over to Twitch. We probably moved over to Twitch 2 years ago and started doing them. And then we opened up once OBS happened, or once Restream.
We've been podcasting for probably 4 years.
Yep.
Give or take.
We've been around. This is probably our several hundredth episode, to be honest.
Yeah. To be totally fair.
We don't count. We've lost a few, so it's like, eh.
Yeah.
There was a while he was counting the Mixer streams, and I think before we got off Mixer, it was over 100.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's got to be several hundred by now.
Yep, it's every Tuesday at 4:37 Eastern time.
4:30-ish.
It's supposed to be
15 minutes.
It's supposed to be 4:30, but usually we start pretty much on 4:37, like on the nose.
Generally.
But yeah, Halo.
Yeah, give us 15 minutes. It's 4:30 plus or minus 15 minutes.
I remember we would always get off school once Halo 4 launched, and me, Nate, and Nick would go over. We'd bring like a Coke or 2 Cokes and like some snacks, and we'd go down to Nate's and be like, all right, let's play through the Halo campaign. And our goal was always to get through as much as possible. Like, we always shot for 2 missions, but we couldn't. We always got through like 1 and started the next one, or we'd get those super long ones that they would never end.
Yeah, it's funny because Halo Combat Evolved and the Master Chief Collection has an achievement to beat it on Legendary in 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
To say that, my brother and I played just the last mission on Legendary with a couple skulls on, two of which I'd say were helpful to us. All right, it took us like 4 or 5 hours to do that one mission. Seriously. It was such a pain in the ass.
I did the Halo 4 campaign on Legendary because I wanted the Mark 6 armor.
Fair.
That's why I did it on Legendary.
Yeah, I think
we did Halo 3 on Legendary so we could get the Hayabusa armor. Shit was fucking cash.
Yeah, I think in the original Combat Evolved, the last mission's like, even on like normal difficulty, it'll take you a couple hours because at least
the maps are huge.
Well, not necessarily huge. The elites in the original Combat Evolved, even on normal difficulty, they're on Legendary.
Huh.
So you'd be going, because they're technically spec op elites.
Yeah, they're fucking bullet sponges, dude.
And
like in fucking Legendary with like Tilt and Mythic, you can't. It takes you like 3 or 4 magazines from the assault rifle to take their shields down, and this was back whenever the assault rifle had 64 rounds of mag instead of 32.
60.
No, 64 is
60.
double. I'm pretty sure it was 64.
In the original Halo, it was 60.
Pretty sure it was 64.
Tyler, I hate to break it to you, but he's played the original Halo more recently than you have.
I don't know. I played it like last, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Pretty sure.
It's 60.
Pretty sure it's 64.
No, it's 60.
Halo
62.
Combat
Because I'm pretty sure they just chopped it in half.
Evolved.
No, they
32.
did it in half and added 2. I don't know why. That's why 32 is just like a weird number. It's 60.
I'm pretty sure.
Because it would take you half a mag to do anything because you missed half that mag.
MA5B Individual Combat Weapon System.
Oh, nice.
Assault Rifle. Magazine size 60 rounds.
Damn it.
Told you.
I was only 4 bullets off.
Yeah.
You were so insistent on it being 64, though. It doesn't matter if it was 1 bullet off. You were like, oh, it's definitely 64. Definitely. They just
Listen,
chopped it in half.
Are we going to make a big stink about this over 4 bullets, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? Technically, you probably hold 61. 60
Shut
in
up.
the mag and 1 in the chamber.
So why does it hold 32?
What?
Does it hold 2 in the chamber?
No. It holds 33.
We
Yeah,
did.
1 in the chamber.
I never understood why they went 32. It's like, why not?
Why not 30?
30, 35,
31.
or just
15
Maybe
rounds
they,
a second.
Yeah. It's
So in
fucking
4
fast as shit.
seconds, your ammo's depleted.
yeah, you empty the mag.
Yeah, and
But
standing from media away, shooting at elites who are also, 8 foot tall, by the way, and pretty wide. You'll miss half those bullets, and it'll still take you 3 clips to fucking bring down their shields.
Yeah, because the original assault rifle had the only thing that had worse spread was the shotgun, of course.
So Siege says so close, but yet so far in regards to your 64 instead of 60.
Yeah.
I hope that makes your open wound burn a little bit more.
I was only off by 2. I said 62.
Whatever. Yeah, and back to taking so long on the last mission is like, because Spec Op Elites is like they're on Legendary. It's like they shoot differently, they throw more grenades, they drop more grenades. So it's like you'd be playing through normal, and then you come up on these, and it's like, what the fuck are these?
And then it's also, if you shoot the grenades explode. If there are grenades that blow up near the grenades, they explode. So
So you just have one hallway, just chain react.
like constantly. And if you're playing with all skulls on, including Black Eye, one person, if you're playing with co-op, one person dies, you start back at the last checkpoint. Both people.
Oh, Jesus. We'd have been dead so much because, like...
If you're playing by yourself...
Back to the beginning of the game?
Back to the beginning of the level.
Mission, right.
Yeah, back to the beginning of the mission. So you could be at the literal last thing of the last thing, and you die, and you're back at the beginning of the fucking mission.
That Warthog run.
It's intense.
So fun, but when you first try it out, it's like, holy shit.
What am I doing? What's going on?
Everything's blowing up.
See,
Why is there a timer?
I'm a basic bitch, though. Like, my favorite skull is the Grunt Birthday Party.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, whose isn't? Or I had been your daddy, whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah, so...
The different dialogue one.
Yeah. That's funny as fuck.
I just love the Grunt Birthday Party, and that's another reason I liked Reach. You could give yourself the Grunt Birthday Party
Yeah, whenever
death
you
animation
die.
whenever you died in matchmaking. You could make it so that you get a bunch of confetti and
Yay!
Yay!
Such great games.
Oh my! I love how Halo was able to incorporate comedy into that stuff, though.
I like seeing the grunts flying.
Yeah, by shooting little meth tanks.
Whenever you shoot the tank. There's a skull in Halo 1. I'm not sure if it's in any of the other ones because I don't remember it being in 3. Where whenever grunts die, they explode in a plasma ball. So you're playing that with fucking cowbell.
Every grenade.
It's some horse shit.
Every grunt is a grenade.
You fucking have grunts throwing grenades at you, dying from their grenades, their bodies flying at you, and you're panicking the entire fucking time. Like, anytime we kill a grunt, we have to tell each other, run 50 feet away and hide behind a corner.
It's like I'm about to kill a grunt, you just run, you just pop, boom.
The only good thing about it is whenever you're, there's a group of 3 grunts and 2 elites, so you kill one of the grunts, you kill everything there. It's the only good thing about it.
But how often did that ever happen? Because you'd just see a whole bunch of grunts and then an elite coming up the hill after they've all been killed.
Yeah, it didn't happen that often because one of the skulls turns your auto aim off, so you can't headshot as easily.
Yeah, I bet that's how you got really, really good headshots a long time ago in Halo Reach. Definitely not last night in a different thing.
No, because that's not on when you're using mouse and keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
I bet it is.
I swear to God, it's not. They don't use mouse and keyboards. Never has the aim assist.
Okay, but this game doesn't have mouse and keyboard support, Nate. We were talking about Reach, remember?
What?
He totally missed that one.
Yeah,
He did.
It went. You know what? I will say one thing. I think I played through the Halo Reach campaign a long time ago. I can't remember. I know I played through most of it, but I don't know if I played all of it. I think I did, though. I think I played through a lot of it, and then we had people over one night, and we finished it co-op on my profile. I tell you what, you want to talk about another solid campaign for Halo, but like, I feel like that one is less of a Halo campaign as much as it is a war story. Like, I feel like Halo Reach is 100% told like a war story, and it's so good, but it's also super fucking like grim.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what happens. Like, you know what happens before it even begins. You're like, well, planet's gonna get glassed. All life is gonna be dead, so hopefully these guys get off the ground. And from there, you're just watching as the team just one dead, one dead. But I still think Noble 6 went down like a fucking champ. Probably one of the best, most valiant deaths in the Halo franchise.
The novel adaptation says he fought for 3 days.
Really?
I doubt it, because I think after like the first few hours they'd be like, all right, recall, blam. He's gone now. Don't worry about it.
Well, didn't they say, like, after the cinematics is like, there's little things like Reach, like something so many like hours after fall.
Oh yeah, when it shows the cinematic at the end shows his helmet, and it's like X hours after the fall of Reach. You see his helmet like on the ground.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Derek always swore up and down that motherfucker got off that planet. I'm like, no.
You literally see him get stabbed
by an energy sword before the planet gets glassed.
There's no way he lived. No way. There's no way he lived.
No way he lived. All of this is going over your head. The only Halo game you played was 5 when it came with your Xbox. Definitely recommend getting the Halo Master Chief Collection. Yeah, it's like $20-$30 on the Xbox store.
Like, I know even the remastered graphics on 1 and 2 aren't the best compared to like stuff nowadays, but it's still really good. And if you can get past that stuff, it's one of the greatest stories in video games with the best score I have ever heard.
I would barely call Halo 5 a Halo game. It's the black sheep of the Halo franchise.
It's an interesting idea, but I mean, it doesn't really succeed as a Halo game.
I feel like it's the adopted child of the Halo games.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, come on, we'll make you a Halo game.
You'll be Halo. It's like, why the hell am I playing as Spartan Locke right now? This is Master Chief's story. Why am I playing as a different guy?
I play as Master Chief or Noble Six. I don't play as anyone else.
I mean, you don't really expect to play as fucking Master Chief in Halo fucking Reach, but in Halo
Reach.
In Halo a number, you're just like, oh, this is a main thing. I'm gonna be playing as Big Daddy himself and fucking shit up. I'm gonna be a big green soldier boy and smash some alien fuckheads.
For like half the campaign.
Less than half the campaign is what I heard. I think it's like 1/3 of the campaign is you play as Master Chief, and the 2/3 are you play as Spartan Locke, which is some
Daddy.
bullshit.
Big Daddy's green soldier. You could get past the bad graphics. You were a Mario player. I mean, yeah, Halo is one of. I think Halo is one of the best stories, especially. No doubt, it's the best story in like a level-based game.
Yeah,
for sure.
3 was 3 has got to be in like my top 5 games of all time. It's probably in my top 3.
And honestly, the game writing could have been shit. Like the story could have been terrible, but that score,
the score
is
incredible.
What sells it. Like the music makes the game. It's just fantastic.
Like One Final Effort from Halo 3 has one of the best musical tags of all time.
Definitely recommend picking up the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox Store. If you are an Xbox player, play the Master Chief Collection, because if your only exposure to Halo is Halo 5, you've got to play the rest of them. If you remotely enjoyed Halo 5, you will fall in love with the previous games. Like, there's no way around that. I always used to talk shit about Halo before I played it. Colin always used to try and play it with me. He always used to come over and be like, hey, can we play Halo? And it was rated M, so I wasn't allowed to play it until my mom realized that it was just aliens.
Yeah. But like this musical tag.
Your speaker sucks cock.
I've killed it. That right there. You know exactly
honestly,
what's about to happen.
Yeah, they used that in Halo Infinite, in the trailer for Halo Infinite, and it was just glorious.
It tickles my loins.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. From the original, it's either Drum Run or the Long Run that they play as you're driving the Warthog through the autumn.
Warthog Run, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that piece is actually called the Warthog Run.
Actually, it's this one. It's this one. Because it goes into this shit.
There's actually a piece called Warthog Run.
Not in...
I think it's from the first...
Not in Combat Evolved.
You're talking about Combat Evolved. I was talking about Halo
it was
3. Or 2.
Yeah,
because One Final Effort is what plays in the Warthog Run in 3. But either way, some good shit.
I'm gonna go grab my mom's credit card. Hey,
get ODST because that's got a fantastic soundtrack as well for what it is.
Halo.
Marty O'Donnell is a fucking legend.
There's like,
and the Destiny soundtrack is good too.
Halo is just such a fantastic game. Like I 100% would recommend. Halo 4 was, in my opinion, the last good Halo game. Halo 5, like I said, was just not...
It was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't great. I was able to enjoy Halo 5 or Halo 4. Me and Nate played a lot of Halo 4 when it came out. And Nick. Nick came over and played Halo 4 a lot, too.
I have Halo 4.
Yeah, we used to play Halo 4. We did the campaign. But definitely, if your only exposure to the Halo game is Halo 5, at least play Halo 3, but I would recommend going back to the beginning and playing Halo 1 through. Especially with Halo Reach getting ready to be added to the Master Chief Collection, you'll be able to get all the great Halo games.
Yeah. I haven't played through the whole thing, but a lot of people say Halo 2 is their favorite game, story-wise.
I've heard a lot of good things about Halo 2.
Because it has the Arbiter story in it, which is really interesting.
Yeah, no, see, Halo 2 is like, its split campaign is good.
And then it also gives a lot of backstory to the Flood as well, and the Forerunners.
Which make an appearance in Halo 4.
Kind of disappointingly, but yeah.
Wait, what? Which one?
The Forerunners.
The Forerunners.
Oh, Halo 4. Yeah.
Like the Prometheans and the actual Forerunner race.
I just remember fucking hating the ones with binary rifles.
Yeah.
I remember those damn dogs?
Yeah,
when we were doing the Halo 4 campaign on Legendary, like we were in the jungle going towards, I think it was in the mission where you find I can't remember the name of the ship now.
The Infinity?
The Infinity. Where it's
thinking about it, I think me and Jeffrey... No, we didn't, because you can't play split-screen multiplayer on the fucking Halo 4 campaign, can you? Just kidding.
You can play Halo split-screen campaign on 4.
You can in 5. That's
not in 5. And yeah, that answers this question. Halo 1 through ODS, or Halo 1 through 4. So, Combat Evolved 2, 3, 4, and Reach, and I think ODST are all split-screen co-op campaigns. You can play them co-op. Yeah. All of them can be played co-op. The only one that can't be played split-screen is Halo 5. And it's like 2 to 4 players for each campaign.
ODST's campaign is a really interesting break from the typical Halo mold.
Yeah.
As far as their campaigns go.
But I remember we were on that fucking jungle mission, and we were walking through the damn jungle, and Nate was in front of me. And he was just walking, and we were crouched because we knew that, and I heard, pew, and he walked forward and exploded into a bright orange flash and turned to dust right in front of me, and I'm like,
well, fuck.
He screamed, I'm like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. I went around the corner and died. It was horrifying. I think we got stuck on that level too many times to count, because every time we'd go around that corner, one of us would get sniped by the fucking binary rifle wielding dogs.
That was when we were playing through on Legendary, wasn't it?
Yep. So
yeah, because they only appear on Legendary.
Really? The dogs...
They do. It's just... Legendary is whenever you start being one-shot by binary rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
and also they get better aim.
It was just...
Which is some horse
I don't think
shit.
they miss.
It was just horrifying because I'm behind Nate, and all of a sudden, he just bursts into orange light and then melts in front of me, and I'm like...
disintegrates right there. Okay.
You see, if you're ever playing a game with me, and there's like 2 or 3 of us walking in a single file line, if you're behind me, you get to watch me die. Well, if you're like Tyler and Brandon, if you're ahead of me, you don't get to watch me die.
Oh man, that was still funny though.
That was ridiculous.
Of all things to happen,
that was one of the weirdest things ever to happen in Battlefield.
Yeah, we're fucking running across the field, and all of a sudden, a giant fucking tower falls on just you. Just you, and we're running in a single file line.
It's like, eeny, meeny, miny, fuck you.
Alrighty, take care, Siege. Thanks for dropping in, and definitely get the Master Chief Collection. If you're even on the fence about it, pick it up. Yep. You will not regret it.
And ODST, because I don't think
it's in the Master Chief Collection.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, get it. It's good.
Pick it up. Fantastic game. And on that, I think we should probably actually go, because we're starving.
Overtime, and we're overtime.
Yeah. Yeah, we're about 10 minutes over. So, we'll probably be live tonight. I know it's supposed to be streamer's choice, but since we streamed Pacify last night instead of tonight, we'll probably, if we can get a crew together, do some Sea of Thieves. We'll have to figure out who's sailing and who's doing what. So check back here around the hours of 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern time, and hopefully we'll have something up and running then. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you again soon.